I would like to think everything is possible. I'd like to swim in the sea, whether it's the summer or winter. I'd like to see opportunities everywhere, adventures here and there. I'd like to think I could find my own path and be part of something unique. Find my own crew at the University of Oulu, where future pioneers are educated to build a more sustainable, intelligent and humane world. Oulu, always a good idea.
Hello, and welcome to this session about life in four seasons and nature and surroundings in Oulu and Finland. My name is Beatrice, I'll be your host today, and I'm joined here by three lovely panelists who will discuss this topic with us. So would you like to introduce yourselves? Maybe we can start here.
Yeah, hi. My name is Ayanur Rahman Khan, but you can call me Ayan. I am pursuing my master's in electronics engineering here, and I come from India. And I have arrived in Oulu by by the end of August from last year, and as of now it has been quite fun here. So yeah, nice to meet you all.
Okay.
Yeah, I am Fuzel. I am also from India and I am doing my master's in business analytics. And I too came in the similar time period of Ayan, maybe in the start of August to Finland. So this is my second country apart from my home country that I am visiting. So I was quite excited coming here before. And yeah, it was fun being here and studying in the University of Oulu. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Vanessa. I'm from Germany and I study marketing now in the first year. So I have been moving to Oulu. I moved to Oulu last year and also in August. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's start with the obvious. So Finland is very up north and the seasons are all very different here. So maybe if you can tell me a little bit more about them. So maybe we can start with Vanessa. How's summer in Finland?
Wow, summer is amazing. I have been already here a bit, I moved to Finland already earlier. So I have experienced summer already in Finland, and I can say it's amazing and definitely something that people should look forward to. And some people might think that, well, Germany is not that far away from Finland, so how can it be any different this summer? And I must admit, I was thinking the same, that, well, nice things to do in Finland in summer. There's the water here, there are the forests here. But to be honest, we have these also in Germany. But still, I was so surprised how different it actually is, because what makes summer in Finland very special to me is, first of all, the fact that, especially here in the north, the days are so long that there is basically no night as such. Because night is still bright, there's still light in the sky, so it kind of feels like day, but more calm and with a special atmosphere. Maybe no birds singing at night. And also I noticed that Finnish people really celebrate summer. They, of course, in other countries it's appreciated as well, but I feel like they're really celebrating it, because summer is so short here compared to other countries. So it's so precious, and I feel like going to a terrace to have a drink or eat something is really like something special that people look forward to the whole winter. And now that we soon have summer, I can really feel that as well, that I feel like summer is precious because it's short, and I have been looking forward it, even though winter is also nice, but yeah.
Okay, thank you. And well, many of the new students arrive when it's autumn. So Ayanur, how is autumn here?
Yeah, my experience of autumn was quite beautiful, I would say. Again, it was the first season I had actually got to witness here in Oulu. And yeah, I would say the difference between autumn in my country and here is the autumn here is quite vibrant. And here again, the transition is quite wide, like from a good summer to an amazing, snowy winter. So again, I used to live about 2 kilometers away from the campus. So, my commute here was amazing throughout the autumn. The leaves were everywhere on the roads. I used to, take my time off biking and, casually just taking pictures of the whole tree side and everywhere. So yeah, it was a beautiful sight to see. And yeah, again, it's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, and Fuzel, how's winter?
As we all came in August, so I experienced very less of summer. I didn't experience anything in summer, but only a bit of autumn, and then it started winter. So in the first days, I felt really awesome, because back in my country, I am from southern part of India, where the temperature is like plus 28, plus 27 even in winters. So there is a quite bit of transition from from that temperature to the Finnish winters, which is going to be like -10, -15, and sometimes it went to like -20 and below. So it was fun in experiencing winter in Finland. It is snowy, it is quite icy all over the place, and all the lakes have been frozen, and we can walk on the frozen lakes. Like there is a beach called Nallikari in the Finland in the Oulu. So we went there and we can walk on the beach. Like we can bike and we can ski on the beach, and some people are doing ice skating. So it's quite really fun to see such a sighting here, and I really enjoyed it. But when coming regarding the sun in the winters, it's completely opposite to the summers that Venisha mentioned, like which will be like bright till for whole 24 hours in summers, but in winters like it will get much darker and darker. Like in December and January, it will be like very less sunlight here, but no need to worry. Like there are a lot of good activities all over the Oulu, and university is also very active during the summers. There are a lot of well-being sessions, so people can cope with it. So that has been my experience in winters. Yeah.
Thank you. And well, now it is spring. So I would like to know what kind of experiences you've had with this season so far. What have you been up to? What do you think about spring at this point?
Well, I realized now for the first time that it's actually true that there's two kind of winters in a way. That if we think about now, let's say end of March, beginning of April, that it is in a way still winter in that sense that there is snow everywhere and that we still have -degrees at night especially, but the birds are singing and there's so much light. Like already now I have to close my curtains when I go sleep because I know that in the morning at 6 there will already be light. So I don't want to wake up by that. So this already gives me the feeling of summer, that I have to be careful to not have too much light in the morning, and that feels like luxury. So I feel like spring is a great time also to go skiing, for example, because it's warmer, so you don't need 500 layers of clothes, to say it in an exaggerated way. So it makes it a bit easier to be outside already, like from the clothing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
How about you?
Yeah, again, spring is quite, there's still snow everywhere. So when spring comes to mind, usually there's, obviously I wouldn't picture snow in my own mind. But yeah, again, the transition from winter to summer is also, again, quite vibrant. But yeah, looking forward to, summer as well, my first summer in Oulu. And yeah, it has been quite fun.
Yeah, it has been a quite good experience in spring because like it has been started in this month, and like imagine like you have a sunlight and you have snow downstairs, so it's so bright in the sunlight and you can feel the vibe. It's so beautiful all around, and the trees are green, they are back to their colors, and it's like on the sky it's orange, in middle it's tree colors which is green, and down it's white, so it's quite beautiful sighting.
And well, what do you look forward to most when you're waiting for your favorite season to arrive?
For me, it's the longer days and especially more light in the morning. As I said earlier, I have to see that it doesn't wake me up. But after I woke up, I love to have this morning spirit, that it feels like the world is still asleep, because most people are still sleeping in the very early morning hours, let's say at like 6 a.m. But then it gives me so much energy to have that light in the morning. And also in the evening, I feel like I can make more of my day or get more out of the day if it's longer. And there is this very special atmosphere for me personally when in the morning or in the very late evenings, there's some birds singing and it's quite calm on the streets. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
How about you? Do you have a favorite season?
I guess like I am looking forward to summer because I haven't experienced the Finnish summer here, and especially in summers, like I'm looking forward to go for a morning run or a morning walk, and I guess it's gonna be a quite fun there, and you can enjoy the calmness around. You can be like traveling and seeing the sightings all around, and yeah, I'm excited for that. Yep.
How about you, Ayana?
Yeah, I believe winter is basically my favorite season, and back in my home as well, I used to look forward to winters. But here, I was obviously, looking forward to seeing the snow for the first time, and it was amazing, making snow angels in a big, huge pile of snow, and maybe ice skating. Be it I actually still not tried skiing, so that is something I actually wish to check off my bucket list. But winter is it's beautiful here.
Yeah. So you've been doing winter sports.
Yeah, I did actually. We had gone to Virpeniemi, which is a sports complex about half an hour from Dilinama. And we did indulge in sledding, and again we were not unable to ski there, but sledding and going down the slope in very high speed, it felt like being in a water park, but just it's cold everywhere and it's snow, so yeah.
Yeah, and some seasonal activities are quite popular in Finland. So have you been berry picking, for example?
Yeah, this berry picking is quite famous in summer and the transition from summer to winter in Finland, I guess. So when I arrived in Finland, which is in August, like I stayed in Turku along with my friends. So there we got to know about a local person who is going for a berry plucking, and then we accompanied her. It was like she was giving us a tour guide about which berries do you need to pluck and what are the traditions of Finnish people about berry plucking, and what there will be some poisonous berry even beside your home. So be aware, don't just go and pluck them and eat them. So it might be dangerous. So it has been a quite good experience about this berry plucking. We went for like 3 to 4 hours in a nearby forest in Turku. So yeah, and I guess like Finnish people take this as a quite good summer activity. So.
And they know how to make good food out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And have any of you been aurora hunting?
Yeah, multiple.
Oh yeah, say of aurora hunting. That's one of the winter activities that I have been participating here. Like just waking at 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. in the night and just going to the nearby lakes in the university and just seeing a beautiful green light on the sky. And I remember one day that there is a quite good amount of aurora sighting, like which you can see like different colors of aurora, like a green aurora, violet aurora, and even in red color aurora. So my friends all have seen that, but I missed it. So I still have that thing. Like I need to spot the different shades of aurora and dancing aurora too. So yeah.
And I must say, you can get like, from my own experience, you can get so ambitious about aurora spotting. And I figured that there's different kinds of persons. There are persons who feel like, okay, now I have seen amazing northern lights. I don't need to go aurora hunting anymore. And then there is me who feels like, well, every time they look different, so I could go over and over again, no matter how amazing they have been, because especially if they have been amazing, I want to see them again, because it's always a special moment. And I think it's so amazing that we can see northern lights here in Oulu. Basically, the stronger they are, the more likely it is that you see them even in the city center, and you don't have to go far outside. You can just walk or grab your bike, and it's so easy. I even see them last night. I saw them, for example, from my bedroom window, and that's for me such a luxury thing that I feel like you don't have to go to some kind of expensive hotel to see northern lights. You can just stay here in Oulu, maybe even in your apartment, and see them. And it makes the winter nights so much more exciting that you can check from these webcams or apps, is there a good chance to see northern lights? And I think sometimes it would be so much less exciting to look into the night sky if there wouldn't be the chance to see northern lights.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, northern lights, I always wanted to see. It was like in a bucket list. I actually, first when I arrived in Oulu by August end, in my first week, I got to witness it through my window, actually. I was, a couple of my friends were out hunting, and I was curious to, join them. But for some reason, I just didn't end up going with them. And I just looked through the window just to, just for the sake of it, and I saw it. So that was my first viewing, and, it has never, I have always been curious about, and it's never the same again. You just want to, go out and look for it. And it's an amazing phenomenon. What can I say?
Yeah.
And well, since we're talking about northern lights, which are typically a very wintry thing, I want to know, do you have any tips for students to deal with winter, the very cold and dark months?
A tip from my side is to layer it properly, because if you layer correctly, you won't feel that much cold. So it's better to start with your thermals and then have a sweatshirt or anything that you prefer, and then wear a hot thick jacket. especially like when the temperature is like -15 or -20, it's better to have a hard and thick jacket. And if it is windy, it's better to have wind pants on you, so you won't be feeling that much cold on it. Yeah. So that is one of my suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I have one here. This is this is mainly for downhill skiing, I would say. It's like this it's not super thick. It doesn't have like wool or anything inside. It's kind of thin, but it's very handy because you can wear this like for skiing or also just to go for a walk or for hiking. So even though I mainly bought this as a downhill skiing jacket, I'm actually using this in my everyday life when I go for a walk with my dog, for example, if it's cold, or when I go Northern Lights hunting, or when I go, actually whatever, ice skating. Like this is, I think this would be a recommendation for me. And I was not aware of the fact that outdoor clothing can be so handy because I come from Berlin, and there people usually don't have a lot of outdoor clothing. It's more like, so I recommend and once you have those, you can use them for so many situations. So I agree that without the right clothing, it might be a bit cold, especially on the hands and feet.
Yeah, I see. Ayonder also has a clothing tip.
Adding on to what Fuzel had, mentioned, this here is a neck warmer. It is basically made up of fleece material, just goes above your head, and it covers your neck till your nose. So it is quite handy. I've used it. It's quite handy in my daily life because, when you ride a bike, it's quite windy and you get, cold quite through your nose and everything. Your neck it actually hurts. So this is quite handy. You just wear it around your neck and you're quite covered up and you're protected against the wind. On another note, I would, the tip I would like to give is, vitamin D is, that is something you really need throughout the winter. There is a deficiency of vitamin D due to the lack of sun, obviously. So that you have to, get through medications. So getting them together, having it covered is something I would recommend, because a lack of vitamin D will cause, will make you lethargic, and it will, it has many drastic effects. So that is something to maybe take care of.
Yeah, and I realized that for myself also, based on what I do, if it's so dark, that it helps a lot to keep yourself busy in general, because as Jose already mentioned, there's so many activities and well-being offerings that we can take advantage of. And I think it definitely makes the days a bit shorter and the evenings if you meet friends, for example, or then if you feel like just being at home, that you make sure to have nice lights there, like candles and fairy lights and these kind of things, just to also see that darkness can also be very cozy if you make it cozy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to adding to Vanessa said, like those activities and those calmliness in the room that you will be restructuring with your candles, that can help you to get rid of this darkness. And so I know like some people who will come from different cities, like they will feel a bit depressed when they see of darkness. But my suggestion is like it's nothing like that. It's just if you explore more, or if you been to your more activities, you can just overcome it. So it's not a impossible challenge for you, but everyone can make it through.
Yeah, and you mentioned the social activities. So of course there are a few at the university, as you mentioned, the well-being tutoring. But have you joined like any festivals? I know there are a few around. Anything like that?
Actually, I already started my stay in Oulu with a nice event, which was the World Air Guitar Championship, which I think is a very specific thing that many people are aware of, because this happens only in Oulu in a way. So this is a very Oulu specific and amazing and fun event to watch. And personally, I didn't have any images how this would actually work, and if people would actually be interested in something like, this is just, maybe for me, this feels like this is such a crazy thing that it fits to Finland. I feel like, at least where I come from, Finland has this image of people do fun and crazy things there, and they do things that people in other countries wouldn't do, or they wouldn't be so popular, or, so established. And this is one of these things where I feel like this is very specific and very interesting, like so specific that incredible and amazing and fun to watch. And that was in summer, I think, right in August when I moved here, and I can recommend watching it because the atmosphere is amazing, and I've never seen anyone doing air guitar playing so professionally with so much effort. So I can recommend, maybe people even find their new passion for air guitar and will compete the next year, who knows.
Yeah. Me too. I have been to Hurmos Festival, which will be conducting with University of Oulu and University of Applied Sciences. So it's a student festival, and there is a lot of huge audience there. Like people are singing around, dancing around. It's been a quite good experience in Hurmos, and I have started my masters by attending this festival. Yeah.
Okay. And well, very specific to Oulu maybe, but do you bike during winter? Because I see a lot of people biking in winter, which I honestly thought was crazy when I came here, but it's so common. So do you bike? How is it for you?
Yeah, we have been biking during winters all along, like roaming here and there, going to city centers from university and going to Idea Park, which is the nearby like shopping mall here. So it's been quite good experience biking during winters. And like imagine like if you're having a very calm and very slow snowfall in a day, and you're biking through that, it's gonna be feeling so good for you, and you will be feeling a lot of positive vibes like during biking in winters. Yeah.
Right. So probably one of the first things which I bought after coming to Oulu was a bike. So commute was obviously initially difficult because I lived a bit, 2.5 kilometers away from the campus. So yeah, when winter arrived, I was curious as to how life would work out, but it worked out quite well. If you have again proper layering and the neck warmer in handy, you have enough clothing, you got covered like easy. It's quite a good experience. It's a beautiful experience biking in the winter, and again it is necessary for you to get winter tires as well, because these days it's quite slippery, and yeah, you'll see a bunch of people falling here and there. So just ignore and maybe or maybe just help them out. But yeah, winter tires is something, if you plan on biking during the winter, that is a necessity. So
I'm not biking during winter, but I see many people doing it. And actually, just yesterday, we were talking also about it, that it's possible to walk or go ice skating on the frozen sea. I did that yesterday in the morning, which was amazing, in the sunrise. And there was, the only person I met at that time was one biker, probably going to work. And I was thinking that how amazing must that be to start your day like this every day, like driving on the frozen sea. It was a fat bike, so the fat bikes have this very thick tires, very good for driving in snow and ice. And I was thinking, this must be so amazing. Just like, I mean, where in this world can you actually go to work by biking on the frozen sea in the sunrise? Like, that's amazing. And sometimes I feel like it's a shame I'm not biking in winter. Yeah,
Maybe next year.
maybe next year. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, what places around Oulu or nearby have you visited so far, or would you like to visit maybe?
I'll start. Maybe Nalikari Beach is a good place to start. I mean, usually the people arrive towards the August season, and autumn, end of autumn season is approaching. So towards that point, Nalikari Beach is a very beautiful place to visit. And even during the winters, as Fuzel had mentioned, that it's frozen all over the place, and you can walk over it, you can maybe ski over it. And yeah, that is a very good place to start. Towards the winter, there is a good sunset which falls right at the beach, and it is quite a beautiful scenery there. So yeah, that is a place you could actually visit.
Yeah, in my case, there is a nearby a hill type place in near to Oulu, which is called Rusko Tunturi. Like in summers, that is a biking track place, and in winters, like if there will be a lot of snow, so they made it as a skiing track. So this is a place I recommend people to visit there, like during summers and during winters. Like you can experience biking and skiing also. So yeah. And the nearby places like nearby lakes and the city center, and there is a geological park also near to Oulu. So these are quite good places. You people can have a visit there. Yeah.
Yeah, and if people want to go a bit more outside of Oulu and discover a bit like other regions in Finland, I can recommend to go to Lapland, to Rovaniemi, for example. That's only around 2.5 hours drive. So that's very interesting. And then also for example, the border to Sweden, where there's IKEA. It's also very close. It's only 1.5 hours. And sometimes I don't believe how close we live to Sweden also. And that's such an opportunity as well. But then again, you don't necessarily have to leave Finland to do nice things. I have been in Kalajoki in summer. This was nice because they have these sand dunes, and I went camping there right next to the beach, which was an amazing summer experience. And also, which I didn't do yet, but I know it's not that far either. I think it's like 3 to 4 hours is the region around Kuusamo and Ruka, where you can go skiing and hiking very well. There's several national parks. So I think that also for like trips more out of the city and Oulu's region are definitely doable from here.
Yeah. And if you speak about Finland, like if you go a bit of south towards Helsinki, and you can easily catch a ferry and go to Estonia, and then you can go to Latvia. So this is like very easy commute for you. Like it's like hardly take 3 hours in a ferry from Helsinki to Tallinn, which is the capital of Estonia. So the ferry ride was quite good during winter. So I have been there recently. So it was quite fun in the ferry, and even Tallinn was a quite good place there. Yeah.
So basically you can come here and visit whole Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there are really good options in Finland and abroad as well. So there's surely a lot to do. And well, I believe we have given like a few really good tips for new students, but I would like to ask you, do you have any other tips for the new students who are incoming?
I think that regarding the seasons, as we now discussed that they are so different, maybe don't be afraid if there is something you might be a bit like skeptical about, and let's say the darkness in winter, that don't be afraid, just be open and see always that it's something very special. Many of us come from countries where the difference between the seasons is not that big. So I think that's something to actually embrace and just be open and always think that whatever it is, the darkness, maybe the cozy dark evenings, you won't have them as such in summer. And then again, in summer, you should appreciate that it's so bright because you won't have that in winter. So I think always see the positive. Yeah.
Yeah. And adding to that, like my suggestion will be to indulge in some activities and form friends, like go and hang out with your friends, spend some quality time, like speaking stuff and going here and there, going for a cafe. And even in winters, like hanging out in your room and doing your homeworks together, or watching a movie. Like you can come to university at night and you can still watch a movie. Like there are a lot of like rooms in Tillas, like chill room. You can come and watch a movie with your friends. So it's kind of like indulge in some activity, be yourself active. So it's not a big deal here. Like you can enjoy all the seasons here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, again, taking care of your health is quite important during the winter because, again, the cold adds on to the difficulty. You just move out, you just leave your place, you take a walk maybe during the summer or the autumn. But for the winter, you have to think about it multiple times. You have to get your layering on. You have to, set your mind to, getting your walk or something. But yeah, it is necessary to do. You have to take care of your health because it is it's health is wealth, as they say. And maybe indulge in sports activities. Maybe even once a week is more than enough. But yeah, again, indulging with friends and sports activities is highly recommended.
Okay, so thank you. Really good tips, I'm sure. Yeah. And thank you for joining this discussion today. Yeah. And well, thank you for joining us. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with the following sessions. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.